Hi everybody, and welcome back to a new week and many issues to talk about. So do make sure that you're following me on brand YouTube and other such platforms like Odyssey and BitChute, so that we can get the message out on many of the topics that matter, but perhaps aren't that important here on YouTube if you're listening to me on the YouTubes. So today's story I wanted to talk about is this one. Yes, clergy speak out about racism in the Church of England. Gosh, it's good to know that these clergy are focused on the really significant issues that affect the Christian church, like racism. So let's just read a little bit of this. So here is Dr. Elizabeth Henry, who was the church's race relations advisor. Wait, what? The Church of England had a race relations advisor? I would have thought it was faith relations they should be concerned about, Christian relations, but maybe that's old fashioned. So let's read what the story is all about. Some ethnic minority staff who made complaints of racism within the church CFE have been paid off to buy their silence, BBC Panorama has been told. Oh, again, hang on a second. Did they accept the money? So if they accepted the money, does that mean that they took the money and they still want to bitch about it some more? Let's see if we can establish what. So Dr. Henry, Dr. Elizabeth, here she is, Dr. Elizabeth. Woo. Dr. Elizabeth said some of those who received compensation have had to sign NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. So fine, that's how it works. If you sign a non-disclosure agreement, then you're agreeing not to disclose the grounds surrounding whatever prompted the agreement to be put in place in the first place. And if you've taken money from it, that's it. If you want to be high and moral, which let's assume for one moment these Church of England, these particular Church of England staff members do, then show the morality of not signing the NDA, not taking the cash. But don't take the cash and then complain about the fact that you had to sign an NDA. You shouldn't have taken the cash if you felt so strongly about it. Some clergy have told Panorama about the racism they suffered. Who are these clergy? Can we have their names? No, we can't have their names. But nonetheless, the Church of England is going to publish plans promising to address racism. Now, you see, whilst racism is obviously unfortunate and not something any of us want, there are bigger issues. For example, the absolute lack of Christian teaching within the Church of England. I would have thought that was more important. So let's read on a little bit. So here's Dr. Elizabeth Henry tells us about this story here. Let's just go through this together. A really shocking incident was a young black man who received a picture of a banana, but the banana had his head superimposed upon it, and underneath it said, "Banana Man. This is deeply offensive and deeply racist image." Yeah, she's absolutely right. He took it to the HR department and he did file a grievance, and the decision was that it wasn't racist. He left and he received a very small compensation. He got the cash. However, he was forced to sign a non-disclosure agreement. This seems to be about it. But a couple of things in this one. First of all, from this looks like the young man concerned received an offensive image, presumably sent to him via social media or email. It's not clear. But unfortunately, people do. There are some very stupid people out there who send such things. They're very stupid people. They should be ignored. That's it. Once you get into this whole kind of, it was racist, okay, it was racist. I would agree it was racist. Unless, of course, it was a black person who sent them it. Then it wouldn't be racist, would it? But if it's what it appears, then it was obviously a very offensive and nasty thing to do. End of story. Why was he getting cash for it? I don't understand. I really don't get this one. Unless it was someone from within the church for which there would need to be evidence, then he shouldn't have got a penny, frankly. I don't know why he was signing a non-disclosure agreement, but if it was someone within the church, then whoever sent that within the church probably should be thrown out of it. So that's not simple to sort these things out, really. So it goes on to talk about the fact the church has no single system for recording complaints of racism, which has left some clergy feeling unheard and angry. Oh yes, they're really angry. And so it goes on. It's the usual BBC scoping out just how awful the Church of England is. So look, my view on all of this is that yes, the Church of England is flawed. Of course, it's flawed. I've got little time for the Church of England because I think it's abandoned its Christian roots. That's my take on it. I know others mightn't agree with me in that, but when it comes to racism, racism is a bit like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder on occasion. And this the incident they talked about, it's too vague to even comment about it. But if the Church of England is going around handing out cash to people who complain about it and making them sign an NDA in exchange for getting the cash, I actually think that seems perfectly reasonable to me. And therefore, on that basis, I think the Church of England is probably doing it right. If the Church of England has, racist people within it, well, maybe if it taught the gospel of Christ, they might stop being racist. Or is that too radical a thought? Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. And of course, do make sure, please, you're following me over on my Telegram channel, where you'll also get exclusive content. So lots of things for you folks to do, and I'll catch up with you later. Don't forget, my live stream returns tonight with Rebecca Butler. So hope you'll be able to join us at 8 p.m. In the meantime, bye for now.